So we've seen how to use the CLI to retrieve those, but how about we use Lambda just to spice it up and use the SDK? I think it's a valid use case to know about, so let's just go through it because it's fun. So we're going to create a function. We're going to author it from scratch. We'll use Python 3.6, and I'll call it hello world SSM. So we're going to use the parameter store, and for this, I'm going to create a new role, so custom role. I'll click on IAM role, create a new IAM role, Lambda basic execution SSM. The policy document right now is just for CloudWatch. We will edit it later. Let's click on allow. Okay, so now we have a new role, Lambda basic execution SSM. We'll create the function. So this is just going to be a basic function that will try to use the SDK to access our parameter store. So we're fine. Everything looks good. Now I'll close this. And so what I have to do now is to write a bit of code. So because this is AWS, we'll do import Boto, and this will allow us to use Boto to call the SDK. Now I'll say SSM is equal to Boto.client. The name of the client is SSM, and the region name is equal to, and this is up to you to put whatever you want. For me, it's EU West 3 because I'm in the Paris region. Okay, so we have our SSM client, and as you can see, is defined outside of our Lambda function, obviously. And so what we want to do is, number one, get the DB URL. So I'll say DB URL equals blah. And then we want to get the DB password. So I'll say DB password equals this. And we're going to print the DB URL to the password, to the console. And also we're going to print the DB password. Okay. And we'll just return worked. Okay. So that's very simple. Now we need to go ahead and use the SSM API. So for this, it's pretty simple again. For the DB URL, we'll do ssm.get parameters. And here you have a names variable, and the names are just putting one name. So I'll just use this one, the dev name right here. Okay. And for the DB password, I'll use the same API, get parameters, but this one I'll say DB password. So this looks good enough, and let's just try it out to see how things work. Obviously, things won't work, but we'll see why in a second. So this is just our function. I'll click on test. I'll create a new event name, and I'll say hello world, and I'll just say create. Okay, so our function is saved. Now I'm going to test it, and we get a failure. The first one, it says unable to import module Lambda function. So no module named Boto. This is because I messed up, and it's Boto 3 that I need to import and not Boto. Click on save, click on test again, and now we get another error. So here it says an error occurred, access denied exception when calling get parameters operation. My Lambda basic execution SSM is not authorized to perform SSM get parameters. So that makes sense. We haven't changed our IAM role, so let's do it right now. So let's go into roles, and we go to Lambda function SSM. And here we're going to add an inline policy. We're going to choose a service. We'll type SSM. Then we're going to choose an action. In read, we're going to allow to get parameters and also get parameters by path. And then for resources, we're going to choose specific resources, and I'll click on add ARN. In terms of region, I'll just allow any region. Of account, I'll just allow any account. But for the fully qualified parameter name, if we go back to System Manager, maybe I just want to allow my app. So I'll just say my app. And so because of the tree, now we only allow anything that's under my app and then with a star. So anything under my app with a star should be allowed. We'll click on add. And so here we have a very strict IAM policy that really is best practice. Now we're going to review the policy. And okay, we have limited access to SSM, to this path, which should go under this parameter right here. So that makes sense. Okay, we're excellent. Create policy. Oh, and the name, we'll call it SSM access for my app. Okay, create policy. And now we have the SSM access for my app inline policy. So let's go back to the Lambda management console. We're going to refresh this page. And now we see from the designer that we have access to Amazon Simple Systems Manager because we changed the IAM role. So if we click on test, we get a new failure. And so we still get a authorization exception. So sometimes you have problems and IAM gets cached, or it doesn't take, it's not immediate for IAM to be reflected onto your function. So we just have to wait a little bit. So after waiting maybe 5 minutes, I'll try again and click on test. And now it says worked, because the IAM allowed us to do what we wanted to do. If we scroll down, we can see the parameters. There is the dev URL, that is dev.database.stephanetier.com. And then in terms of the dev password, which is right here, we can see that this is a secure string and the value is encrypted. So what we'd like to do is now decrypt it. So let's scroll down. And so for this, there is a flag and it's called with decryption equals true. And so we're saying now, okay, our DB password, I want decryption to happen. I'll click on save. And now one more time, I'm going to test my function. But this time I get an error. And obviously we're going to get an error, an access denied exception again, because we're not allowed to use the customer master key and decrypt our secrets. So it turns out that because I haven't given KMS access to my IAM role, we're not allowed to decrypt the secret. So this is a good proof that even though I have access to this database password, because it's encrypted and I don't have access to KMS, I'm not able to decrypt it. And so that DB password is really safe and secure. So you know the drill. To fix this, I go to IAM and I'm going to add an inline policy. For the service, I will choose KMS. And for the action under write, I'm going to allow decrypt because we need to decrypt our secrets. So this is the only thing I need to add. And in terms of resources I can access, I'm going to say you can access a specific key, and the region is going to be any, the account is going to be any, and the key ID is, and we need to find the key ID for this. So let's go back to our EC2. We're just going to go to IAM very quickly. IAM, we're going to encryption keys. Encryption keys, I'm going to go to my region, and here is my tutorial key in the middle. So I'm going to keep the ID from here, and this is exactly what I'm going to put. Add. So now we have access to this key and we're able to decrypt. We'll review policies and we'll say KMS decrypt tutorial key, create policy. And so now we have given some KMS capability to our Lambda function. So if I go back to my Lambda console and now I refresh my UI, I should be seeing KMS in the designer. So that's great. Now we have access to parameter store and KMS. So if I test my function, this time I get a success and it worked. And so if I look now, my dev URL is still the same. But if I look at my database password, it has been decrypted to the value. This is the dev password. So the IAM policy was applied right away. And we're able to do this. So it's pretty cool. Now we have basically showed how you use get parameters using decryption. And so now I just want to show you a little trick for switching between dev and prod. So let's go to the environment variables. And I'm going to say dev or prod, and this time I'm going to say dev. And so we're going to use this environment variable. So we're going to say dev or prod equals an os.environ, and we have to just do this. So I'll import the OS as well. And now we're going to be able to reference dev or prod within our code. So to be very quick, I'm going to have this in the middle. So now we are saying basically, based on if we're in dev or in prod, we're going to change the name of the parameter we're trying to access. I'll save this. So now if I test my function, right now it worked and I'm getting my dev parameters. So we're in dev, but if I scroll down and go to my environment variable and now I say I want to access prod, I'll save it and I test my function. Again, it worked, but this time if we scroll down, we're seeing that we're getting my app /prod/db URL, which is prod.database.stephan, and also access the prod db password, which is prod password. And so this is really, really awesome because now just using a simple environment variable, we're able to have our Lambda function point to the right parameters in SSM. So that's it. That's all I wanted to show you, but I thought that was a cool tutorial to show you the CLI and then Lambda. I hope you liked it, and I will see you in the next lecture.